The Daily Excellence category rewards exemplary journalism produced by any Canadian media where all of the research, interviews, reporting, writing, and filing took place within a single day. There are 4 finalists in this category. From the Fort McMurray Today, a team entry from Olivia Condon, Vincent McDermott, Cullen Bird, and Robert Murray called "It's Gone, It's All Gone, Wildlife Empties Fort McMurray as Flames Enter City." When breaking news happens, most journalists have that instinct to pounce. Start gathering material, feed it back to the office, or post it directly from your mobile device. Unlike other entries submitted this year, this one shows those instincts when the journalists themselves are among those impacted by the events. The team gathered its materials and filed content using the equipment they had on them at the time, all while they themselves had to evacuate the city they lived and worked in. As a result, this entry has a unique perspective not offered by the other media who, as the Fort McMurray Today journalists were being evacuated, were rushing into the area from all points south. Fort McMurray also features in our next finalist in this category an entry from the Canadian Press Western Canada Bureau team of 13 people. The entry showed how a wire service can effectively deploy its team of journalists to cover a breaking news event hours away from the physical location of the Bureau. With some journalists moving as quickly as they could towards Fort McMurray, others started reaching out to official sources. Some started scanning social media and reaching out to those who were sharing their experiences of being evacuated online as they headed north and south of Fort Mac. Not to forget those at the Bureau, who ably collected everything being thrown at them from the field and pushed it out onto the wire in a comprehensive and cohesive manner. From the Hamilton Spectator, Susan Claremont's entry titled "Steadfast in Their Faith." This columnist sat through the entire trial of the 2 men accused of killing Bosma, forming a bond of sorts with Tim's parents, Hank and Mary. With the case completed and the jury sequestered, Claremont scheduled an exclusive in-person interview with the Bosmas on the 5th day of jury deliberations. To this day, the Bosmas' interview with Claremont is the only interview they have given about their son's abduction and murder. As Claremont wrote her column following the interview, news broke that the jury had returned with its verdict. She was able to include that guilty verdict in her piece on the interview with the family, as well as file a front-page column on the verdict itself before turning in for the day. The 4th finalist in this category is also from the Hamilton Spectator, the entry titled "Search Ends in Tragedy, Finnegan Dane Found Dead" by John Wells. This entry provides some textbook examples of reporting on a breaking news event. As a search for a 12-year-old boy went from frantic to frenetic, news broke that searchers had located the young boy's body in an area that had already been searched. Wells captured the turn from hopeful to disbelief as those in the area realized that the boy was dead. Wells showed the value of staying at the scene a little longer despite the ever-present deadlines of feeding the Spec's website, allowing him to witness and record more of the neighborhood reaction as hopes for a miracle were dashed. His search of the newspaper's archives also revealed information that had been absent from other coverage. The family at the heart of the incident had narrowly escaped losing their son a decade earlier when their home went up in flames.